Storm Surge Podcast checking in halftime. Colin Estes to the game with BP. Sorry, let me go to Superman mode. There we go. I mentioned that DJ Khaled you'll hear in the background for the halftime score. BP, a very interesting start to this game to keep Storm fans entertained.
Yes, opening kickoff fumbled by the Columbus Aviators, recovered by the Storm. Jay-Sean Corbin, a few plays later, runs it in 15 yards for the game's opening score. They go for two and don't get it. Then don't break defense, Kyle, by the Storm, keeping the Aviators out of the end zone. They put 2 field goals on the board to maximize, but after that, it's back and forth defense. The Storm getting stalled a couple of times. Plumbers had a couple of sacks. A really wide open throw to a tight end that was just over his head. That could have been a score. Also a good defensive play by edge rushers and grabbing balls, running for touchdowns that they didn't catch. Boy, put a paw on that one. That's a game changer. So there's been a lot of nerves, I guess, kind of getting things started for opening weekend. Columbus, though, did drive all the way down to the 2-yard line, and on 4th down, the Storm defense sends it back to the backfield. They stop him right there. Gets all the way to the 40-some-odd yard line, I think, or 43, and they kick a 55-yarder to score 9-6 right now. My goodness gracious. Touchdowns at a premium on this one, except for Jay-Sean Corbin's really good 15-yard run. What are we looking for in the second half?
Well, listen, if you could get more defense with them swatting passes at the line in a way that would make Dikembe Mutombo blush, I think that would be a good start.
This guy.
Maybe some of the nerves coming out, maybe a little bit more touch from Plummer. Again, not having a terrible game, but as somebody who was a late named QB1, it kind of showed itself. Nonetheless, I can see him start to get some communication and some chemistry in half two as they kind of fold up in here to try to take this lead.
We've also seen DTR come out on timeouts, coaching him up. He's being a good backup quarterback, motivating the starter right now, trying to get him locked in. Plummer spun the ball well a couple of times, found some really good over-the-middle routes. Yeah. So they're picking at this Columbus secondary right now, but the Aviators are tightening up the pressure a little bit. The linebackers are collapsing in on the edge, so it's giving Plummer something to think about. He's got to have a little bit shorter clock, move a little faster, get the ball out quicker, and then he can hit those reads. But, the big thing right now is you got the second half, you got the ball coming out, you got a 3-point lead, you want to double up, get some points in on the sandwich, and then play your defense. Defense is doing really good. Hey, you can let them kick field goals all day. It doesn't matter at this point. Just keep them out of the end zone. They can take chip shots, but when you've got the ball, you've got to score in the end zone. You can't be doing the same thing. 55-yard field goal is great at the end of the half, so we know we got a kicker with some leg. See if we can back him up 5 and get that extra point there, but who knows? Again, bend don't break defense. I really like what I'm seeing so far.
Well, and you say this, I'll add quickly, within the 20, maybe go for some of these field goals. Let's take some points, Coach Beck. That's a situation here where I think you can capitalize a bit as well. So with that in mind, make sure you check out the post-game reaction to the Storm Surge on the YouTube channel. And if you miss it, you can get it via audio as well. For BP, this is Kyle Nash, the student game until after the game. Class dismissed.